Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to take a quick look at my Biology 1 syllabus, just to provide a quick little overview of how the course is run, what are some of the expectations, some of the guidelines, requirements of the course, things like that. This will be a very short video, but should hopefully provide some adequate information on the course itself, what to expect, and what my expectations are. So first and foremost, the course title obviously is Biology 1. My name is Joseph Lamb. My email is listed below. Feel free to contact me if you have any information. That is probably the quickest and fastest way to contact me. I do have a phone number, and I will post that down below, but again, the easiest way to contact me is through email. So a little bit about the course description. We're going to be surveying several different topics in biology, ranging from anything from cellular structure to ecology and populations, photosynthesis, evolution, mitosis, meiosis. You go down the list, we have quite a bit that we're going to be looking at today. We'll also look at some methods of inquiry. We'll look at thinking about things from a scientific perspective. We'll be doing quite a bit of labs. Hopefully it will be a well-rounded and informational biology course for you or your student. Make sure we bring our stuff to class every day, materials that are required, any homework that is due. I typically do have at least one homework assignment per evening. Usually it's very quick, very easy, whether it be a video lecture, finishing up a lab, some type of activity, something of that nature. Just make sure you get it done and bring it to class the next day. We do have a biology textbook. I will be handing that out here shortly. It's a small little blue book, and be sure to bring that to class basically every day. I will let you know actually if you do need to bring it to class. If you do not, don't need to worry about it, but make sure that you're bringing everything else that you need to bring. Pen or pencil, obviously you do need something to write with, and your biology binder, which we will talk about a little bit later on. I'm very keen on making sure that safety is my number one priority, and students are working in the lab area. They need to make sure that they're safe, and you'll be spending time participating and practicing in laboratory work. So safety is obviously a big concern. There are some chemicals that are harmful. There may be some instruments that are harmful. So I do not tolerate anything other than working on the labs and working on what I've asked to work on. If you're caught playing during the lab, I will refer you to the office, plain and simple. So make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. If I have to take you out of lab and assign you alternative work, I will do so. So please make sure that you are working diligently and working on the lab at hand. Homework needs to be 100% complete when it's due. I do accept late work, but it's only until the end of the 9 weeks, and you will only get half credit for it. So please make sure that you get your homework done and turn it on time. I give homework for a reason. I give homework for practice. Practice makes perfect. So please make sure that you are working on your homework, you complete your homework, and if you have any questions in regards to the homework, please ask for an explanation, and I will gladly explain why I've assigned homework and what the goals are of the assignment. I do use category weights in this class. 65% of the grade will be assessments, 15% is labs, 10% homework, and then 10% in the form of what we call mastery quizzes. We'll take a look at that here in a little bit. Final exams are worth 15% of a student's semester grade, as per the school grading policy, and you can see the grading scale there below, very much a standard grading scale. Plain and simple, I do not there's zero tolerance for cheating in my class. If a student's caught cheating, I will refer them to the office. They'll get a 0 for the assignment, no questions asked. Second time, same process, keep doing it, you'll lose credit. So please make sure that you're not cheating. Do your own work diligently, work honestly. There simply will not be any problems. I'm a strict adherer to the tardy policy, so please make sure that you get to class and get to class on time. Any policies or procedures that are in place in East Central High School, I will stick to those. I'm a firm believer that not everybody is always ready to take a test. Sometimes we have other things that come up in our lives. Sometimes tests just magically align. All the stars align in the sky, and there's 3 tests on the same day. I get that. I do allow 1 test retake per 9 weeks. You will have an average of probably about 3 major tests for each 9 weeks. So all you'll need to do is to write a brief 100-word essay on why you feel you deserve to retake the test and what you'll do better to prepare in the future. I'll look at the essay, determine if you qualify. If so, we'll make a time and you can come in and retake the exam. They do need to be within probably about a week or 2 of taking the exam the first time, just so we don't have a whole bunch of people trying to retake tests just to boost their grades, so to speak. So make sure that if you do need to retake a test, please make sure that it's within a reasonable time frame for that. For each large concept, I will assign a mastery quiz. They're done in class, and in order to achieve mastery, you must get a 70% or higher on it. I think that's fair. Usually they're 10 questions, so 7 out of 10 is achieving mastery. If you get a 7 out of 10 or higher, I'll give you 100%. The whole goal is to show that you have mastered the content. If you don't get a 70 or higher, you'll get a 0 until you pass it. So you will have multiple opportunities to retake those mastery quizzes. Each time you retake it, though, I'll drop the highest possible score by 10%. So let's say you don't achieve mastery the first time, but you do the second time, you'll receive a 90 instead of a 100%, and so on until you do. The purpose is to make sure you know the material even if you don't understand it the first time. The goal of this is to really ensure that you have a firm grasp and a firm understanding of the content before we move on. And even if it's not, you don't get it the first time, the whole goal is to just make sure that you eventually do get it, and that's why I reward you with retakes. And then we'll also be doing some flipped learning in here. Most of the notes and things like that will be done at home, which will allow more time for individual attention, labs, activity, practices, all that good stuff. And I'll elaborate more on that in class later. Basic expectations, I think the first rule is probably the most important one, and it covers most things. So simply put, don't do anything to inhibit my ability to teach or anyone's ability to learn. That covers a lot of different things, but we're here to learn. That is our goal. Do not do anything that's going to inhibit my ability to conduct class, or yours, or your classmates' ability to learn. So make sure that you do that. Respect others at all times. Create a positive classroom environment. Make sure that I like to have fun, but we need to be respectful of one another. We need to be respectful of the time that we have together to ensure that we're reaching our standards and that we're achieving what we need to achieve. When instruction is being given, pay attention and listen closely. I don't like to repeat myself, so make sure that you listen the first time. Be in your seat and ready to work when the bell rings. We get started right away. I'm a bell-to-bell person, so there won't be a whole lot of lollygagging time. Just make sure that you get in your seat, get focused, and get started on the bell ringer for the day. Bring all your required material to class. Be safe in lab. Obviously, we'll be dealing with some dangerous chemicals and some potentially dangerous instruments, so safety is my #1 priority. Follow all directions. If not, there will be consequences. Use the restrooms during passing periods. I'm not a big fan of leaving the room unless there's a specific emergency. I get that emergencies come up, but please make sure that you utilize your passing period to use the restroom. Write incomplete sentences unless instructed to do otherwise. Work diligently and work honestly. No electronic devices unless given permission. That's very, very important. If I see it, I don't care if it's on the desk, it needs to be put away. We'll talk a little bit more about this in class, but electronic devices are not to be out at any time unless I've given specific permission for them to be out. Follow the dress code, provide feedback, and my goal is for us to have fun. Yes, there needs to be rules. Yes, there needs to be order in the classroom, but I like to enjoy myself. I figure as a teacher, if I'm bored, students are probably bored as well, so I do like to have fun. Hopefully you'll have fun in this class as well, and we'll learn some biology along the way. So that pretty much covers the entire syllabus. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. We'll go through things a little more detail in class, but this is just a good, quick little reminder of what my expectations are, and please make sure that you're following them, and we won't have any problems, and we'll have a great, successful school year together. So as always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.